Roblox story time. Okay, so I used to live in Oklahoma, and so we had to move to, what was it? Kansas. Yeah, we moved again, so that's why I got confuzzled. But anyway, so when we moved to Kansas, I obviously had to change schools, and I met these beautiful people named Savannah and Kendra, and they were my best friends ever since. And so they used to always come to my house, like always, and they still do. And one day they asked to come to my house, and I said, of course you can. And that was Kendra, by the way. And so Kendra came over, and she said, what is that door? And I said, I actually don't really know. And she said, what's behind it? And I said, I don't know. And so the thing was that it was like my parents wouldn't let me look through the door. The thing was that whenever they went on like date nights or something, they would always lock the door. They would never keep it unlocked. They always locked the closet door, and they just would never open it. And I've never seen what was inside it. And I tried the credit card trick, and I just couldn't. And so I didn't want to tell them that because I didn't want them to be suspicious. And Kendra said, come on. You cannot be kidding. There has to be something weird under there, or like something there that we need to know about. And so I said, oh, it's probably nothing that we need to know about. And so we just continued playing Roblox and watching YouTube and just talking. And I made it through that without telling her. So then Savannah had to come over because her parents left the town. Her parents left the town, and they had to go out of town. And so Savannah came over to my house to stay the night. And she said, so Kendra told me about that door. We need to see what's behind it. And I said, no, Savannah, I can't tell anybody. Because the thing is, I don't know what's behind there. And she looked really confused. And she said, isn't it just your clothes? And then I said, no, it's locked, and it always has been. And I accidentally spilled the tea. And I said, okay, fine. Sure, I'll tell you. So my parents always wouldn't let me see through that door. So they just always have it locked. And even when they go on date nights and I'm home alone, they always keep the door locked. And so I never knew what was behind it. And she said, girl, you're in 7th grade. You should know what's behind that door now. And I said, I know, my parents just won't tell me. And they said that they will tell me when I get like 18 or 19 years old. But I won't even really be in the house. At least I don't want to be in the house at that age. But anyways, so we just continued. And she said, hey, why don't we invite Kendra over? I mean, I don't think she's doing anything. And so I said, Savannah, really? And she said, yeah, let's just invite Kendra over so we can inspect on that, like, weird thing behind the door thing. And so then we invited Kendra over, and we had a great night until Savannah brought it up and said that I told her, and so I had to tell Kendra. And so I told her, and I explained, and she said, oh my gosh, that happened to me too. And I said, well, do you know what's behind it yet? She said, no, I don't. And since her house is like 4 blocks away, we biked there. And we went secretly in her house and tried to do the credit card trick and tried to do it. We did it, and there was some weird stuff behind there, but it wasn't that bad. So there were these unusual shoes that had, it seemed like red paint on it, and blue paint, and then there was an old black jacket hanging up like, as the only one. And then there was something that came out of it that all of us saw, but we didn't think anything of it because we thought it was just our eyes messing with us. So then we went back to my house, and me and Kendra said, "Hey, Savannah, is there anything going on with you like this?" And she said, "No, I don't think so." And so then I said, "We need to figure out what's behind my door." And so they said, "All right, let's try it." And so we tried every trick you can to open a door. It didn't really quite work, but I think we kind of kicked a hole in the door. But so we kind of just looked through there. We couldn't see the whole thing, but there was a little thing to put like your eye against, and so we looked through it, and then we saw that there was really weird stuff in there. So there was a curtain hanged up, and then there were shoes exactly like Kendra's with the red paint and blue paint, and it was just so weird. But then we saw the same thing fly out of my closet, and we knew our eyes weren't messing with us now because it was the same thing. The same exact thing. And I was really, 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 really confused now. And so I just walked out, and my parents were still home. I just didn't want to see them. And so I walked out. And what I found was my mom laying on the ground. And I said, "Hey, Mom, what are you doing?" And apparently we took her to the hospital, and the doctor said that she fainted, and she like made herself faint. And we were really wondering why. And then my dad finally came up and stood up and said, "I need to tell you something." And I said, "What? What do you need to tell me? You've been hiding a secret from me like all my life. I really need to know what's going on right now." And so finally, he spilled his tea and said, "You know what? Me and your mom have been hiding this for a long time." And I said, "Just spill the tea." And then he said, "Fine, whatever. Me and your mom have been hiding this from you for a while. What was behind that closet was a spirit." And I said, "What the heck?" And then they said it was from your old grandpa, your great-great-grandpa. And I said, "What the heck? I did what?" And so I was just questioning him and stuff. A bunch. And he was just ignoring me about all the questions. And then he said, "That's all I'm going to tell you." And so I said, "Fine, whatever, I'm leaving the house." And so then I wondered, why did my mom faint? Why did my dad hide stuff from me from my great-great-grandpa? Why? It's all just a joke, right? That's what I asked my friends, and my friend said, "Yeah, I'm not sure about that." And so they kind of just fell asleep, and I was up all alone, and I went to go grab a snack, and that same thing wished around me, and I was guessing it was a spirit, and I was very confuzzled, and I had to grab some oranges to eat, but I threw the oranges at them, and they started attacking me. My friends woke up and saw me on the ground, and I was still awake. I had a scratch, and I was bleeding, and it was really bad. I didn't know how that would happen to me. I think it was because I fell and I hit something sharp. But that is just the way that it is. But anyways, we lay back to bed, and And after that, in the morning, something really bad happened. Go click part 2 of this story and find out what happens next. Bye!